Alright, hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode on Axis Season 3. And today I'm starting off at the top of my staircase. Not quite where I left off because I did a little bit of building off camera. This is one of the floors I was talking about where I was saying they have the inner ring, which is the staircase, and the middle ring, and then the outer ring, which is rooms. And this is gonna come up and go off that way in a corridor. But then I've also done a little bit work down at the bottom of the staircase. If you come down here, you'll see I also have this room planned out, which is going to be with diorite tiling, because diorite's okay for me, and if I do it in small amounts, it's okay. It looks good, so I'm doing it. And I've got this whole section down here done, pretty much. So you'll come in here, and there's going to be a dungeon down here, I decided. I originally had it so it was just coming straight out to here, but I've decided I'm going to have like a dungeon area down here. And I finished this hallway, and you guys have spoken, and you said that you want you said you wanted the andesite tiling instead of the terracotta, so I'm going to replace that. I keep doing that. Alright, now that that's all done, I just thought I'd mention I put a crafting table on the floor here in place of one of the granite tiles because it's always nice to have crafting tables as often as possible within your base. You know, you don't want to ever have to craft one, so having them scattered throughout your builds is a very nice thing to do. It's very convenient, you know, because I can come over here and I can be like, oh, I need wood. There you go, wood. But yeah, today we're going to be doing some more work on something somewhere else in the base. This episode, we will be working on this down here. And I've actually got someone, he's not on right now, but I've got someone who's decided to set up base across from me, which is very sweet. I based with someone earlier in the season for a little while. It didn't really go anywhere. But I'm going to build that bridge here, connecting us together. I'm going to have to do some design planning first. What's this? I don't know either, but feel free to leave suggestions. Sorry if your eyes hurt. uh, if you're watching this, it's fine. I told you you can do whatever you want. I don't mind. I'm not that great of a builder, to be honest. I just sort of do whatever works. Doesn't look too bad. Although, you are missing a log right there. But I won't complain. I'll also shut your doors. That's cute. Anyways, I'm gonna do some design testing on this bridge design in a creative world first, because I want to be able to get some ideas down for what I want to do. And I think I have a plan, so if you'll give me a little bit of while, I'm sure we'll get this going in no time. Alright, so I thought it'd be a good idea to actually get a nice understanding of how long this is going to be, because at the current moment, it's sort of, you know, on the roof, you know, because I could start here with the bridge or I could start there with the bridge. I don't really know what I'm going to do yet. So I'm going to say maybe we'll start the tower here, and it will have to be even on each side. I want this to be straight into the middle of this big square tower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seems okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make it the same on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, so this is a rough outline of what the tower is going to look like on this side. And then on this side, I think I'm just going to have it run straight into the wall. So it will end pretty much here, like this. So, I wish I didn't have so much dirt in my inventory. I grabbed too much. That would have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a squid down there. I had to recount now. 1, 2, 3, 7, 4, 38, 5. 39, 40, 41, 40. It's 40 blocks. Alright. Now that I've got 40 blocks, is how long it is, I can actually start building it. So, I guess I'll go over to the creative world and start working. Alright everyone, I'm here in my creative testing world. I'm going to start building my bridge. But first off, I thought I'd just sort of show you around my testing world. Some things you haven't seen. You know, this was an old thing I had for my very first ever SMP world that I ever played in. It was a portcullis thing. Doesn't really work anymore. Yeah. But this was something really cool that I came up with. I don't know if I still have it. I do. Security. There's supposed to be a piston pushing up here as well. I don't know why it's not here. But see, now if there was somebody inside the gatehouse, you can't get in because it popped up there. It was such a cool thing that I built at the time. Nowadays, you know, it's really nothing impressive. But that was a whole section from this wall here. Let's see if this one works. No, because it's cobblestone. There, see? But then the gravel breaks on its way down. Because versions change. Oh well. Also, this was something of my favorite back when I think this was 1.11 was in testing. There was some really nifty boat glitches, minecart glitches you could do. So what you'd do is you'd pop into a minecart here, and you'd come over, and once you touched this, the slime blocks would actually pull the minecart, and you'd zip along faster than creative flying, all the way to the end over here. And then you'd round the corner, because I used to have a corner piece here. You'd round the corner, and you'd just pop off onto this rail, and you'd be here in like a matter of seconds. And it was so cool when it came out. Really nothing that impressive on this testing world. Sort of just a place for me to do my things. There you go. This hallway I was building, this was also for my first SMP world. You can see my building taste was really very weird. Ooh, what's that black thing? Oh, that's the back of the logo. Alright, and here's a piston door. It's a piston door. This was a elytra launcher, shaped like a gigantic cannon. And it was so cool when I first built it, man. You'd enter this ladder here. Unfortunately, I have had to disassemble this. But you'd come down here, hit space, and it would launch you, because there would be a stack of boats sitting there, and you'd go flying out this end. Oh, this was my favorite, and it's still a thing. Secret passages. Secrets. But yeah, I got a bunch of things scattered around. Here was something I was very proud of. I don't even know if it still works, but this is an airlock. So you'd press this button, the airlock opens, you swim in, airlock closes, water drains away, and the door opens. It was so cool. Here's something I'll be building in the future on Axis. It's an ice pickaxe. It was originally on my previous SMP world, which was before Axis. And I decided I want to have it as some, at least, hidden reference somewhere. Because, you know, it's nice. I like it. And I'm really sad that I had to leave it all behind. This is something I will probably be building on Axis. It'll be a marine tube, so there'll be water on the outside. And I might also use this once we get to 1.13. Who knows? Alright, so I've got this set up. This is 40 cobblestone blocks going all the way across. I'm gonna pull out some stone bricks here quick, just marking that this is my tower, which I've realized is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and what's it by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and what's it. So that should be the size of the tower. I think I'm going to do a 3x3 entrance for the tower of some kind, so it's looking like this-ish. Ain't no official planning going on right now. This is just sort of me saying this is what it's going to be. But this cobblestone line is exactly the same length as the one on axis. And I think I'm going to make the bridge 3 wide with andesite. And I'm going to try and use a lot of spruce wood for the roof. I am using World Edit. World Edit is a lifesaver. Makes everything easy. See, look at that. Just like that, bam, andesite everywhere. So yeah, andesite. I think I want to do something like this. Maybe I'm trying to imagine what it'll be like walking through. Oh, I have this problem recently. My mouse keeps disconnecting, and now I'm using my touchpad because this is a laptop. Nope, still no reactions. This is really annoying, you know. I had this problem yesterday, and that's when I first noticed it. It drives me insane. Alright, I'm gonna just get new batteries. Give me a sec. Alright, I've solved the problem. My mouse now has batteries, so I can do this and make everyone who's watching the video nauseous. I'm sorry. Anyways, I still don't know what I'm gonna do here. I feel like that's not bad. And then maybe something like this. Okay, I guess. I need some spruce stairs though. Let's do this, because I don't want the player to be able to jump out the side of the bridge, because then they gotta walk all the way back around again. They can ender pearl if they want, and they can fly out if they want, but I can't let them walk out. Alright, so I think I've got something I like, but the roof feels flat. I think it needs different blocks here. Maybe oak logs. It gives it some texture. Maybe I could do spruce. It needs to be a little bit darker. No, that doesn't work. Maybe fences give it some texture. Also makes the roof a little bit more steep. Can't even see the fences from this angle. That's pretty funny. Well, that's not going to work then. Let's see what I can choose here. You know what? I think I got it. I think I know what it needs. It needs fake windows. And I will use sea lanterns for my fake windows, because that's a good way to have source light. Let's do that. Maybe this. Or this. I like the idea of the stone slab. It just pops too much though. Let's try cobblestone. That's a little bit better. This won't work, will it? Actually, that's not too bad looking. Ooh, great idea just came to me. We'll use trap doors like that. There we go. That's some of that spice that I needed. Alright, I'll repeat this farther down, then I'll get back. Alright, so I think I've got a design that I like, and this is it. Right here. This beautiful, beautiful bridge. And I know you're like, whoa, it's drastically different. What did you do to it? And I'm like, well, I'll show you. First off, I originally had this whole line here being polished granite. And I thought to myself, it looks too flat because if you come over here and you can imagine just a big blocky wall, I was like, it needs more texture and detail. So I did some acacia fencing and I have gates. I know I said I didn't want the player to be able to leave, but I don't know. I'm okay with that. They can leave that way if they want. I also gave the bridge a bit of a bend, and in my opinion, when building a bridge, you always want to make sure it has some kind of slight bend in the middle, or maybe an arch shape going up like that. So it's either up arch or down arch. And it's because you want it to either look like it's a really well structured bridge going up and over, or you want it to look like it's sagging under its own weight, like this. And I know this bridge looks fairly secure, but when you're building bridges, in my opinion, you always want to make it look like there's some kind of strain on the bridge. And I think that the saggy bridge style works very good. And in this opinion, in this case, it works okay. You won't be able to run and jump. You'll whack your head on everything as you go through. I've tried. See, sort of, ow, ow, ow. So yeah, it's not really the most effective method of crossing this bridge, but it works. And then every once in a while I have these chiseled stone bricks that make these supports. And I like these supports because I wanted to include iron bars into the build somehow, and I thought this would be a good opportunity. So it sort of looks structural yet artistic because you have the legs coming up from the ground, and then they narrow down into this block and then spread out to hold up the bridge. Like imagine like a cup. The basic shape of a cup is it's got that U shape, and then basically you put the ball in the cup, and then that's holding it. So that's what I used for this. Is imagine the bridge right here is the ball like this, and then here's the cup. So you've put the ball in the cup, and it's sort of basically cradling the bridge. So it's not really supports, which then gives it more of a reason to be saggy, is because they're not really supporting it. They're sort of just propping it up, like putting sticks underneath, a piece of wood. Um, I also decided to do this pattern the way I did it, so that you can still get that detail for all the pillars, even though some of the pillars, like this one, may end up cutting off at this height because the ground gets that close to it. And then some of these, like this middle one, will be like 20 blocks tall. So it'll still have detail, but it'll also just extend down like a straight drop. And I think this bridge design is very nice. I'm going to have to get some resources for this, though. It's very resource intensive in terms of prismarine and acacia. I don't have barely any acacia, so that's going to be a bit of a hard one to get. But hopefully, I'll be able to do everything. And I guess I'm going to copy this in Schematica, see what I need, and then I'll get building. Alright, so it's been a while since I last recorded, and I had some issues with my recording. I was building this, and I had like several stages of the build on film, and for some reason it didn't record any audio at all, voice or game. So yeah, I've sort of already finished the bridge. It looks really good though. I'm sorry. I promise I'm sorry. It's not my fault. But I've got this tower I'm starting work on. Well, there's the bridge. It really works, and I was saying that these supports, this is the third time I've said this, by the way, but these supports here, I designed them intentionally so that this support here would still have detail, like this stuff up here, but then it would also still have a little bit of the legs extending down, so it looks nice and it looks functional. And I guess I'm going to, instead of doing this for the episode, since I've already done it, I'm going to finish this tower for the episode. And basically, nothing impressive. It's just stone brick. And I'm going to have some wood and a little bit of cobblestone and a little bit of andesite. And everything will be all good. Also, I have another person living with me, sort of. So I'm basing with this guy. And then that guy is basing with that guy. So he's basing with him, who's basing with me. Yeah, I have a feeling we're gonna make like a whole village here or something. But anyways, I'll keep building and then I'll hopefully update you in a little bit. Alright, so the main section of the tower is now done. I've got this nice carpet. It's the interior with this interesting staircase design. And I had a real hard time figuring out how to fill in this staircase because it just looked wrong if it didn't have something here. But I got this set up. I have a torch back there, so this whole place is lit up properly. No mobs can spawn. And you come up, and you can barely fit through here. And you're on the top of the tower. And what I'm going to do is off center about here. I'm going to extend a bridge to the mainland. And I guess I will get back to you when that part is also done. Alright, so I've finished the bridge. I used some spruce wood, mouse jump. I was going to look here. I used some spruce wood for supports, and then I filled the gaps with stone bricks. And I decided not to fill in this area because I wanted it to sort of curve in a little bit on the bottom. So it's sort of, I don't know. I just thought it worked. I think I'll leave it at this. Um, this was an accident. I accidentally put a slab here. I didn't want to, and I was like, that's not too bad. So I left it that way. But, yeah, now you can completely walk from this side all the way over here, and then down the staircase and around to my base. And I also added a few things down here. I've got some paintings. I've got the Kung Fu Fighters, and I've got the Kung Fu Fighters. So I guess this is like the dojo tower or something. Do I have a sign? No. I'll put a sign down later. Yeah, I'll call this the dojo tower, and I'll put a sign right here. But I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye.